Namaskaram and welcome. Should we be following what the National Education Policy 2020 is saying? Is it really worth it? There seems to be some questions in some people's minds. So, this is a series that I'm starting to explore on what exactly is National Education Policy is all about, as I understand it by reading the National Education Policy, the official document that is published by government, and I have downloaded it from the website of the government. All right. So now let's look at the first part of it. So the national education policy, why is clearly defining what is the end result, or what do we need to look for in education. Okay, all right. So if we are looking at this over here, it says very clearly, these are all the notes I have made from the policy document itself, saying education, what is the purpose of education, is that education is fundamental for achieving full human potential, developing an equitable and just society, and then promoting national development. Now, if this is the purpose for which the national education policy is working towards it, we should be looking at it and working along with it, isn't it? So now then in the following, so next also let us look at the next point that national education policy talks about is the universal access to quality education. Should we make quality education available to every citizen in the country? As a government of the country, it is the responsibility of the government. And they also very clearly said, by providing universal access to quality education, this will ensure that India's continued ascent and leadership on the global stage. So we will be somebody who will be respected in the global platform. And what are those terms? Is we want to have economic growth. Now every single one of us want to live in a better condition, and we want to have a growth in our economic status, isn't it? So that's what it is talking about. Then social justice and equality, right? Now somebody maybe personally want to be above someone else, but then is there anybody who wants someone else to be above them and don't have the equality? Right now, that's what it is promoting. And then of course scientific advancement. So we need to be moving forward in that scientific field as well. Then of course there are people who will try to break our country up. To fight it, we need to have the national integration, and education needs to take care of this. Do you want our culture to be preserved? Right? If we do not preserve our culture, and it will get extinct, right? So how do we preserve the culture? Yes, the policy is talking about it, and let us look at that. And as a part of all of these, every single person should be having access to, that is why it is a universal access to quality education. So it says very clearly, universal high quality education is the best way forward for developing and maximizing our country's rich talents and resources. We all are proud to be born in this wonderful country, which has got a huge legacy in every aspect of it. We are the spiritual capital of the world, and the whole world comes to us to learn about that. Right? We need to learn a lot from the rest of the world, that's for sure. But we also are having something to contribute for the betterment of the rest of the countries in this world. Right? So now this will be for the good of the individual. So each child must get the best out of it. So at Inner Genius, we talk about providing or giving the best to each child and bringing out the best in each child. I am completely for it. I hope you are completely for it. And national education policy certainly provides this. So, but we will also go in depth in the coming up videos as to see as to what exactly this is. So, it's talking about for the good of the individual, for the good of the society, then it is for the good of the country, and then it is good for the world. And it is also taking care of what the United Nations Development Plan, UNDP, has said about sustainable development goals. Right? So we are aligning with what the world body is saying as well. There would be more and more questions that I would be picking up and answering part by part as far as the policy is concerned. Hope you will start watching them. And if you need any specific uh, if you have any specific question and if you would like to ask me, he says, I would request you to send a mail to innergeniusmail at gmail.com, or you can also send a WhatsApp message to 8147092023. That's 8147092023. I would be extremely happy to help you to see each of the points in the policy. If you think that there is any specific place where there is a challenge, please do get in touch with me and let us discuss and see what is it that we can do in order to make that particular point right. All right. So thank you very much for watching and look forward to be connected with you.